live? Are you live?
Well, whoops-a-daisy. We just
All
did
right.
like a fifth of the show without even being live.
We're back.
Wow.
Went through my whole reveal and everything. Oh my
I know. I'm
gosh.
glad you missed my initial reaction, my disappointment.
It was good. That was the whole point of it.
So we're gonna start this all over. Welcome to the DukNilla NFL cast. We are live for the second time. I may have butterfingered my way to my stream deck and hit a button, and then which caused us to go not live, which then caused us to sit here and talk without being live.
Yeah, we're chit-chatting to ourselves, the whole entire time about the
Which
show.
I'll enjoy that, but
I was like, what's that button? Why does it say go live on it?
I'm glad you noticed it. I looked at it too.
Timer's not moving either. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
well,
I probably should have known that. I'm a professional.
Man, I talk so good. I can't talk about that team again.
No.
That was too nice. I can't have it anymore. No.
We missed all of that. You were praising Michigan too.
I know. Wait a minute. No, I would never do such a thing.
Well, we'll just breeze
recap
through it. Yeah, we'll recap and breeze through. So me and you had a bet this weekend, a football related bet.
We did.
Not NFL, but college. Nope. We made a bet on the Michigan-Ohio State game. And the loser had to wear what was supposed to be a jersey or I said shirt, so this is really my fault of the opposing team.
I got a shirt on.
And you did get a Michigan shirt.
Right? Because my team lost, and I hate losing, and we should have never lost. But
so go ahead and reveal your shirt.
Oh yeah, you know it. You know I couldn't be putting that blue and gold on me. Come on now. You know it wouldn't happen. That's all the Michigan you're gonna see on me, boy. No, it's like I said. Let me recap what I was saying. Michigan played really good. When our defensive line and offensive line play as horrible as we did, and you guys just dominated us and put every. I was just watching the game too, and I was watching more of a Charles trying to fan, but more of a perspective of the game. Every snap, you were pushing us 2 or 3 yards. Every snap, we couldn't get any defensive push into there. Our defensive line wasn't doing anything. Our offensive line couldn't stop you guys. What is it, Hutchinson? I can't remember his name. 97, 92.
I don't.
He had 3 sacks.
Don't call me out like I know college.
He's like 14, 15 sacks.
Call me out.
So they were just dominating us. It was a really good game for them. Like I said, I think it really saved Harbaugh's job by winning this game finally. He's had some really, really bad luck against Ohio State. And there's been some close games that he lost to. But this was a huge win for them. They go on, I believe, to play in the Big Ten game against Iowa, which is, again, I think it's in Indianapolis Colts Stadium. And Michigan better not sleep on this game, this Iowa team. So Iowa teams are a rough team to play with, and they don't mess around. They're a hard-nosed team as well. Good lines, good running. So should be a good game. I really, like I said before, I really do want Michigan to be in this. I think they have opportunity to win the Final Four the rankings, because if they can play like they played against us, I don't think any team can beat them. But I've seen Ohio State do the same thing, right? Kind of all year long. They're playing some teams. We beat Michigan State last week.
And Michigan State beat Michigan, so
trounced them, right? So it's like a cycle. So, what you're going into, home field advantage is huge in college.
Well, that's why I took Michigan over Michigan State. When you were like, it's in Michigan, I'm like, sold. I'll take that bet. People around here, like Michigan games are bigger than Lions games here. Like, people love Michigan. Like, you see it everywhere.
Oh, yeah. It's huge.
When you get closer to Lansing, people like Michigan State, but I'm closer to Ann Arbor, and those games pop up. People just go, and they go more than Lions games. Tailgate and all that stuff. Big college town, big diverse college town at that. But with that said, let's get into our weekly picks. Let's get into the games. Let's get into talking about them. This week, we both had a pretty down week for picking the games this week.
Again.
I did hit 100 wins, though.
Ooh,
I did hit 100 wins. I said it. And, man, does it look good. Compared to your double digit? My triple digits look good up there. That looked real good.
Thanks. Rub it in, buddy.
I did only beat you by one game yet again. I went 8-7. You went 7-8. We both had a really mediocre week. Real rough week. Some really rough games. With that said, let's get right into them. We'll get right into my Lions on Thanksgiving. The first game, 12 o'clock. I think everybody was a Lions fan on Thanksgiving, unless you were a Bears fan. Everyone was a Lion. You were rooting for them. And they just... I'm convinced our head coach should not be calling plays. I
just don't... Yeah, I don't get that.
He should not be in charge of a double timeout. I love this coach. I really do. I love him as a person, but he's no Harbaugh. He's no Belichick.
It just shows you another one of those close losses that they, should have won.
I want you to take this. I want you to think about this in your division, the Browns division, right?
Mm-hmm.
We almost beat the Browns. We almost beat the Ravens. We tied with the Steelers. The only team that really beat us was Cincinnati, and that was in your division. The Lions have lost some really tough games, but not being able to win.
6 of their games they've lost by 6 points or less. 6 of them right there. That's 6 wins that they could have had.
And their problem is their defense and special teams have been rallying. Our offense just cannot move the ball.
Mm-hmm.
You got to see DeAndre Swift, amazing running back. I love this kid, and he's going to be a great player in the NFL if he could stay healthy. But when you got nothing around him, you just can't do much. And then you got Jared Goff not making the right read, trying too hard to push the ball. It was gross, and the Bears didn't even look good.
No.
The biggest
Dalton
story
was playing, right?
Yeah, Dalton played. The real takeaway from this game, we could beat up on the Lions. I love my Lions, but they're doomed. I hope they get the first round pick. We'll probably botch that pick anyway, but such is life. But I really hope they don't botch this pick. Just take the best guy and don't take some quarterback. This ain't a quarterback draft. Go get me a guy off the way. Go get anybody. Get a Marcus Mariota. Anybody who could just do better than Jared Goff.
Don't go that far.
Jared Goff, I'll take anybody.
You can get a quarterback later in the draft.
I'll take a Tyrod Taylor. I'll take a Johnny Manziel if he comes around.
I don't understand
I'll take a Cam.
What is going on with Goff? He was decent in LA. He had a good year.
Here's what I think Goff is. Goff was a product of the system. The first year. And then when that system got solved, he couldn't adapt to it, and he couldn't become his own self. He's too conservative. And that's what I think. He's way too conservative with the ball. He's got to grow out of that, and he's making too much money. He needs to be benched. When he was benched when he was benched last year for LA, and then they had to start him over halfway through the season, he went lights out.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think he's too. I'm not sold on him. I'm ready to move on from him. We're paying him too much money, so we really can't move on from him. But the overall, the bigger story is the Bears here. The Bears look like trash still. They don't look that good. Their record shows it. But they're a better team than a team like the Lions, and their future, from a future standpoint, Justin Fields looks like he could be ready potentially next year. And if they give him some help, better receivers that want to be there, I think this kid can go a long way out in Chicago. Next up, really, by the way, we both took the Lions in that last game. We both took the Cowboys in this game. What happened to the Cowboys?
Man, I don't know.
What happened? I mean, they did almost come back. This game went to OT. But, I mean, the Raiders. I'm second-guessing myself. Did this game really go to OT? Or did they win in the fourth?
No, it's an overtime.
Okay. I totally sat there, said it. I'm like, wait a minute. Did they?
Mm-hmm. Yep, it went overtime.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just so hyped on Dallas last week and how well they've been playing and doing well, and then, but it's been the same with LA, right? I mean, with Las Vegas too.
Yeah, I was just going to say that this is
they've been up and down too. So
yeah, these are two teams we don't know what to make of.
Yeah,
like Dallas looked like we were crowning them the champs. Oh, hold on.
Right.
We were crowning them the champs, and now I'm like, I don't know who they are. I'm like, Are they good? They great? We're going to get into it for when we do our picks this week. This week they have 8 coaches out this week due to COVID for Thursday night.
Who does?
Dallas.
Really?
Their head coach won't be coaching.
I saw their head coach. Okay.
8 coaches.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's crazy. That's a crazy... I mean, COVID is apparently rampant in Dallas, but...
Wow.
It's this protocol of the NFL. I mean, my biggest thing is, we'll talk about that when we get to their picks, about how I'm concerned about that. The Raiders, I don't even know what to think of the Raiders anymore.
We'll see if they're consistent. Confused. They win next year or next week and do well. Then maybe we'll see. But I don't know.
I don't know which Raider team I'm going to get from a week in and week out.
They're a subpar team. I think they're just going to miss the playoffs. They're just so up and down that you can't be inconsistent and make playoffs. I mean, that's what Cleveland's doing right now. So they're, there's a lot of teams that are just up and down.
Yeah, I mean, if we look right now, where do the Raiders sit on a playoff picture right
now? I think they're in the hunt.
As of right now, they're in the hunt. They are tied with the Chargers for a spot right now. But I mean, they're behind the Chargers and Broncos at 6 and 5. I mean, we'll briefly talk real quick about the teams that are in the hunt. Right now, your division leaders in the AFC, we have the Ravens, Patriots, Titans, Chiefs. In the hunt, we have the Bengals at 7 and 4, the Bills at 7 and 4. The Chargers, Broncos, Raiders, all at 6 and 5, but you cannot count out the Colts and Browns at 6 and 6. I'll put a fork in the Steelers at 5 and 1. I don't know. I think there's too many things that have to happen for them to get up there. Not out of it. Same with the Dolphins. Technically 5 and 7, you're not out, but for our sake, I'm going to say they're out. So, picking 3 teams that are not winning their division at the moment: Bengals, Bills, Chargers, Broncos, Raiders, Colts, Browns. Bills easily. I think the Colts are a good team.
I don't know if I say Bills easily.
I like the Bills easily. I think the Bills can easily switch spots with the Patriots here. But that's gonna be great. We'll get into the Patriots soon. But I'm so impressed with the Patriots this year. But yeah, I mean, 3 teams. I mean, any of that third spot, I could look at any of those teams and say they're the third spot. Any of them.
All right.
All right. Next up, we have the Bills and the Saints. I talked about this game where being in New Orleans. I talked about it maybe being close because it's a hard place to play, but I didn't take the Saints. I took the Bills. You got excited thinking you were going to get your free win, but
it would have been.
the Saints just have too many questions. They didn't have Mark Ingram. You didn't have Alvin Kamara. There's still questions at quarterback. Your receivers really aren't there either. Like, this team doesn't really, they have an identity crisis at the moment. When you don't have Alvin Kamara being gone, and then they trade it for Melvin Ingram and Mark Ingram. Excuse me, Mark Ingram.
One of the wrong ones, right?
Yeah, so many Ingrams. They're all good. Mark right. Ingram coming in, and he if he fits in that system, he knows it. He looked great. His first game, he was lights out, great, and then he gets hurt. Then they're really having this identity crisis where they can't move the ball. You're going against a good Bills team, even though you're at home. They couldn't make anything happen. They're getting potentially both those guys back this week. It's looking like it's just going to be Mark Ingram, but they have a chance of getting Alvin Kamara back this week as well. So it's going to be interesting for them. Bills, I'm just really sold on the Bills again. Just when I start to want to write them off, they just come to me and sit on my lap like I'm Santa and tell me that they're a good boy this year, and I believe them. What's your thoughts?
I agree. I don't know. I'm not fully sold on Buffalo. I've seen some falters throughout the year so far. I had them really high, at the beginning, but we're seeing the Chiefs. We're seeing some other teams kind of step it up. Baltimore's winning games. I think they're still at the top right now, especially with Lamar. If he cannot be if he can be injury free, we're going to see that team do pretty well. I hate saying it, but that's just how it is. They're winning the close games. They're winning the tough games, and
Justin Tucker, for real talk, is pulling things out of his butt.
You cannot come down to within a field goal with that team. If you're losing. If you're winning 14-13, 15-13, and they're going down for a field, you're done.
That's the line.
You can't stop them before the 50-yard line. You're done.
Oh, even before that. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's the Lions. Record-breaking 66-yard field goal off the post. You're telling me.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Keep an eye on Buffalo. I think, this... We're seeing the New Orleans Saints not having a good year. Buffalo had a good week this week, but they've been kind of up and down lately too, as of late. So we'll see how they are.
I mean, playoff picture wise, right now Cardinals, Packers, Bucks, Cowboys are winning their divisions right now. The three wild cards. I mean, you have the Rams right now. If it ended today, Rams, 49ers, Washington at 5-6. By the way, 5-6.
That's that division. That division's garbage.
But
it always has been.
Do you want to talk about 5-6 teams? There's Washington, Vikings, Falcons, Saints. They're in the hunt at the moment. The Falcons are in the hunt. Technically, right. The Eagles and Panthers are still alive at 5-7. They're not far. You're a game away. Washington's 5-6 at 3. So all those teams are still in viable range. I'll even go as far as say the Giants. I'm not going to say the Bears at 4-7, but the Giants at 4-7 have a shot. It's not a great shot, but there's 6 games left in the season. But I mean, Washington. When I heard that news, Washington is the 3 seed. I was like, what? What? All right, next up we have. I put the wrong slide up. We have the Buccaneers versus the Colts. I put the Bills versus the Colts here. But yep, the Bucks and the Colts. The Colts look pretty good in this game. The Colts looked pretty good in this game. Tom Perfect, Michigan man.
No.
Looked great as well. Looked, let me rephrase. He looked good. He didn't look great. He looked good.
He didn't have it.
Potentially great. But this is to me the bigger story here is the Colts looking pretty damn good. I'm getting more and more sold on the Colts.
I think this is a good fit for Carson at this stage in his career. I think they're doing okay. I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs. Losing these games, they've got to start winning these because that AFC is much stronger than the NFC. And so, a couple interceptions, he's got to clean that up. But overall, he's been playing a lot better than I thought he would be this year, for sure. So they still have a chance. I don't know fully their schedule, but they've got to win no matter who it is. So, 6-6 is hard to come back from and make it to the playoffs. I mean,
and we talked about that picture. It's there, but
we've seen it in the past. Teams at 10-6 getting in, but one extra game this year makes a big difference too. So, but it can go either way with that one extra game, right? So, this team, Browns, there's a few at 6-6 with potential, but you almost need to win your next 5 games to
we're gonna get into the Browns very shortly. Yes. We are going. The Texans. We both took the Texans to win the Turd Bowl here. The Jets trounced the Texans in the Turd Bowl. This one was a shocker to me, but at the same time, these are two crappy teams, not their year teams. Not sold on any of this. No. To me, nothing to see here. Next up, we had the Giants beating the Eagles here. This is where I stopped my losing streak. I was
surprised with.
This was our first different pick right here, where we differed in picks. I predicted the Giants, obviously, to beat the Eagles. I said it. They just lost to the Eagles. Just lost to the Jets in New York, right? Or was that? Or am I predicting the future? Hold on. I think I'm predicting I might be telegraphing my next
Eagles
pick.
Just won.
No. I'm telegraphing my next pick. I have my next pick. All right. I can't say no more. Until we get into our picks. But yeah, the Eagles just barely lost. I mean, this was a pretty boring game, to be honest with you. It's at 13-7.
Yeah, just Jalen Hurts just shot himself in the foot. 3
a lot. Yeah,
did not play good.
This was a better story of the Giants' defense playing well. And what I really think this is, I think that New York really tripped up Jalen Hurts, and we might get into that later here.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we call a preview. Next up, we have the Dolphins beating the Panthers. We both took the Panthers in this one. Cam's back to being mediocre.
Mm-hmm. And remember what I said? I should have picked against this. I don't know why I picked him. I said that this is probably going to happen.
We were both excited for Cam.
Back. He was doing good. It was great to see him back. He's back to his old self. Not play. 5 of 21.
Yeah.
92 yards.
Yep.
And 2 interceptions. I mean, PJ Walker had to come in. Who is that?
That's the guy who was starting before him.
Who? Yeah, but
when they won.
Well, looks like they're. I wouldn't put it past Carolina to be doing some releasing in the next couple weeks.
I don't think they'll release. He's too big.
I'm just saying. It doesn't matter. He got released from the Patriots.
Yeah, but he wasn't an icon there. He'll
get released.
He's like a national hero there.
Don't matter.
I think they'll go to the end of the season. But I mean, they are still in the hunt. I'm not.
We'll see.
Totally sold out yet. The Dolphins, though, also technically in the hunt as well. A little bit harder division in my opinion.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think of the Dolphins at times. Like this team, like I write them off probably too often. But to me, when you look at it, like you can't like name a bunch of like highlight players, right? Like you have Jalen Waddle, you have Gesicki, Tua, maybe. But
he's not playing at Alabama anymore.
I don't know.
So.
They just find a way to win games though, which is pretty impressive. The game was at home. I'm gonna start, taking into account Miami at home, but just beating Carolina, beating up a Cam Newton, I'm not overly sold on that. Next up though, we have the Patriots beating the Titans. Whoo baby. Duck, you took the Titans in this one.
I did. I was hoping. I mean, we talked from the beginning of the year. Mac Jones. I'm a big fan.
Mac Jones.
And I knew he'd be a good quarterback. I didn't know how quick it would be, but I was giving Ryan Tannehill an opportunity. That was probably why I picked this, because I think this was an opportunity for him to really step up into a position that he's not been great at and taking the lead on everything. And he faltered. He was just as bad as Cam Newton and all the others. 50% completion percentage, 93 yards, touchdown, interception. So this team, you're going to, I don't know. They're 8-4. I don't know how, if they're going to stay up there. They might be playoff, but they might get kicked out of the playoff opportunity here.
How about Titans?
Yes.
If they don't win, I mean, the Titans.
Absolutely talking about the Titans. There's a potential for them to go on a losing streak.
Mind you, the Titans. I'm going to pump your brakes a bit here. I'm putting my foot over and pumping your brakes. The Titans were just the number one seed. They were just the number one seed. They are no longer the number one seed in the conference.
You can fall easily in the NFL. So
easily. I agree. I think this team got outcoached. The Titans head coach came from Bill Belichick. And I just think, this is just the master just teaching the student, beating the student. And, we've seen it time after time that most of the time that's what happens. You can't beat the teacher.
Patriots are looking really good right now. So
they are. They look like the gears are turning.
Mac Jones is on point. He's got the wide receivers that we don't even know who they
Patriots Bucks Super Bowl. Would you shed a tear?
And it'd be amazing to see, to be honest. Who would I cheer for? I don't know.
Oh, Tom Perfect all day, but
I don't know. So
can you imagine the Patriots? All right, let's talk about legacies real quick. Can you imagine? All right, so the Patriots and Bucks go to the Super Bowl, right? Let's say the Patriots win. What does it do to Tom Brady's legacy? Does it does put a slash on it. I don't think it taints it. Excuse me. I think it'll taint it a little bit, but I don't think it completely washes it away.
No. Couldn't
at
do
all.
That because it was a player that was doing a lot of that too. It wasn't just the coaching, but it really shows you how good the head coach that team's got.
I think Bill Belichick needs it more than Tom does. Bill Belichick needs it. Like Brady left you and just won a Super Bowl his first year. Bill Belichick needs it for his legacy skyrockets. Yeah, if he goes out there and beats the GOAT.
Right?
Like it skyrockets. I don't even if let's say Brady doesn't make it to the Super Bowl. High possibility. If the Patriots just win the Super Bowl, Belichick is, you now are solidified. All right. It's not all Tom. All right, next up, we have the Bengals and Steelers. Bengals just putting not much to talk about. Bengals just whooping up on old man Ben Roethlisberger.
Loved it.
Just beating him up. Beat him. Yep. The senior center called, and there was an old man out in the field. Found an old man without his walker.
Found his walker. It had some colors on it.
Yeah. Next up, we have the Falcons beating the Jags. You took the Jags in this one.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know.
I think
I
we
don't know
might
why.
be talking down about the Falcons a bit. I know I almost took the Jags.
They're
And
no.
I'm pretty sure this pick I just took whatever you
No.
didn't take.
We're
I think that's what
talking
this
down
was.
the Falcons.
They're
No, it's
5-6.
Cordero
They are in the
Patterson
playoff hunt.
actually did something. It was all Cordero's show. It has nothing to do with Matt Ryan or anybody else on that team. Falcons have no
We
chance.
talked. That's
They're
all
not
that who
going
they have is
anywhere.
Cordell,
They
former first
barely
round pick.
beat the worst team besides Detroit in the NFL.
I agree. I don't think this is a playoff team, but it is a good story. I'll pump the brakes. Am I pumping the brakes?
Yes, they're a below mid tier team, and they have been for a long time. So
next up, we have the Broncos and the Chargers. You called. I have to give you props.
Yes, sir.
You called the Broncos on this one. I was not sold. The Broncos, their winning record against teams is not very good, but wowzers. Holy crap.
This was good.
They showed up. They won a game. I mean, they're 6-5 right now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Looking on the cusp. They're the fourth wild card team at the moment. Yeah. They're looking in. They're right behind the Chargers, who they just beat.
Is there any news on Teddy?
Not that I've seen.
Because I saw another quarterback taking snaps. So that's why I was curious. I didn't get to watch this game, but
I just watched a bit of the highlights, and man, they looked spicy.
Yeah, I'm.
And actually, no. You know what? I'm going to say this. From watching the bit of the games I did, Justin Herbert, it looks like he's regressed. It looks like they have been playing it way too reserved. They started calling like the same play.
Right.
That didn't work. Over and over. Like, it seems like the playbook is very limited for him. And I'm very worried about that. Like, he doesn't look like the guy we thought he was going to be this year. Like, at the beginning of the year, we were singing the Justin Herbert praises. And now I don't know. I still think he's a good quarterback, but I don't think I have too many questions now. Is he the guy? Is he the can he out? We lost to the Broncos.
Yeah, I think he's still the guy. I just think he's just coming back down to reality. They were hyping him up at the beginning of the season way too much. And I think he's still going to be a good long-term quarterback for that team. Mm-hmm. But is he going to be a top tier? I don't know. Teddy Bridgewater did get hurt. Hurt his shin, so he did not play the entire game. Drew Lock came in and played like Drew Lock, and luckily didn't give the game away. So
luckily,
but yeah, this was good by Denver. It's all about Teddy. If Teddy can be okay, I think I really liked him when he played in the Vikings. I really liked Teddy. I thought he was gonna be a good quarterback. And then where'd he go out east and got hurt? I don't know. He got hurt at Vikings, right? Pretty bad.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that was rough to watch.
Yeah.
And then healing, and then he went to Saints and did decent there, and now he's at Denver. So I think he has potential to do really well. But
I have never been sold on Teddy. I'm never been sold. I think
he's gotta do something with them chicken legs. Those things are skinny. Every time I see him, I am so worried about him breaking a leg again because he's so skinny. And so the shin thing can be an issue for him. Mm-hmm. Those things linger. Those shin injuries can linger. So I just hope he gets healed and he gets back into this because I think this team's got potential for playoffs. I really do.
They're right healthy. There. Yeah, they're right if there. This was the
without
first
Von Miller too.
Yeah, which might have been. I mean, probably is a good thing. I mean, you tell your young guys, look,
right, time to
step up. Yeah, so let's go, let's move. But this game was the start of my free fall. At this point, I had a 3-0 lead on you.
Mm-hmm.
In game picks, 3-0. I remember you sending me a text. I'm done picking.
I was so mad. Oh my God.
This was the beginning of my free fall, though.
Right.
I lost this one and the next two. The Rams losing to the Packers. This game score 36-28 is not what this game was. The Packers dominated the Rams.
Collect them.
The Rams got sympathy points.
Hey, what? Wait, hold on. Didn't they just sign a guy that was supposed to make them like the gods of football?
Which guy? They signed a bunch of them.
No, just recently.
They just traded Von Miller, Odell Beckham.
Yeah,
they signed Stafford in the offseason. They added Deshaun Jackson, dropped Deshaun Jackson, who did really good this week.
You know who I'm talking about.
OBJ, yes, OBJ
got his first touchdown. Finally, didn't over celebrate. He still didn't win him the game. So
no, he did not. I'm not writing this team off yet. I think this is going to be a good playoff team. They're definitely making the playoffs in my opinion for sure.
They're first.
They might be a one round and out.
Yeah.
Can Stafford win his first playoff game?
Nah. Maybe next year.
Packers though, just Aaron Rodgers, man, finds a way to win with nobodies. Discount double checking his way to the TD City.
Mm-hmm.
The Packers are. I mean, granted, this is in Green Bay.
Cobb and Randall and Devontae Adams. Ooh, good games.
Oh, absolutely. Then my third loss before we went to our tiebreaker game. The 49ers over the Vikings. Game. This was a close game, yes.
Was a close game.
Closer. But I mean, I think Deebo Samuel. This guy is good. Hello world, introducing Deebo Samuel. Right? Wow.
Didn't he get hurt though in this game? Or am I thinking of a different Samuel?
Check it.
One of the Samuels got hurt. I think it might have been Deebo.
But this team, they're just out physicaling teams. Yeah, they're getting more physical. They're beating up other teams. The Vikings, they're still this. I don't know who the Vikings are anymore.
Samuel avoids major injury, but is expected to miss some time. So that's not good.
Not good for them, but I think they'll survive. Side note, that makes me very happy for Best Ball League, which I think we missed it because the stream cut out there. But our Best Ball League is doing pretty good. We're clawing back up there, baby.
Yes.
We're not in. We got 2 weeks to go.
I need some details. Let's talk details here in a minute. But Kirk Cousins pressured. What happens to Kirk Cousins when he gets pressured?
He chokes.
He falters. He chokes. He does it every single time. And I think out of most quarterbacks, being as paid and supposedly a top tier quarterback, he gets pressured like this and gets hurt. He falters every time. That pass at the end. Did you see that pass to Justin Jefferson? Right there. Horrible pass because of the pressure. It just every time.
I think Kirk Cousins is a starting QB in this league. I just don't put him in the top 10. Not even top 15. I think he's a starter. I think he's top 20.
Mid tier for sure.
I mean, I would love to have him over my QB.
Well, yeah. I honestly.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't even say it. Don't even say it. Go ahead, we'll get into that game right now.
Next game.
Because this was our tiebreaker that I squeaked out. The Ravens beating the Browns after Lamar Jackson threw four interceptions.
You don't know how pissed I was off.
I was pissed. I was rooting for the Browns. We have Baker. We have Chubb in our best ball. I was rooting for the Browns. I didn't care if I lost. Even though if I would have lost, this would have kept me out of 100.
I mean, Jarvis Landry finally had a good game. And Njoku couldn't catch a ball, kept dropping. We had drops all over the place.
A lot of people want to blame Baker.
There
was a lot of drops.
But there was a lot of drops. But the defense was amazing.
For once.
The rushing, Lamar only rushed for 68 yards. He was the top out of them. He only threw 165 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions. Mark Andrews had the catch of his life. That unbelievable. And so did Njoku. 2 amazing catches by, I think Mark Andrews tight end too, right?
Yeah.
Two
I mean, it
amazing
was going to be a
catches by him,
PA.
too.
That pass that Andrews caught was going to be a
Oh.
penalty. It was going to be pass interference anyway, but still a
Yeah,
great
but
catch.
still. Yeah, our defense just kept giving away play after play after play. Not defense, sorry. Offense. We couldn't do anything. They couldn't rush. It was hard. We missed a field goal. There's a lot of little things that added up that they shouldn't have. Another loss that the Browns should have not have had. And I don't know if it's the play calling. I don't know what it is, but this is a night and day difference between this year and last year.
There have been reports, a lot of reports coming out that there's a lot of dysfunction within the Browns organization.
Wow.
In the locker room. I
I
believe this is a locker room issue. I believe that there's infighting. I have nothing to verify this, by the way, but this is what I believe, just from what I see. The things I see. Getting rid of Odell. And Odell, I'm sure, is one of those guys was causing a lot of it. But he's just one seed in the apple. I think this is a big locker room problem.
There's something else.
I don't know if the coaching staff can rally around and bring this together. It doesn't look like it. Can Baker be the leader to pull everyone together? I don't know about that either.
See. We're going to a bye week.
Much needed bye week.
And then we play Baltimore at home. So, I don't know. They have
very
to be
important game.
Difference. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Very important game
for both teams.
This is probably the make it or break it game for Cleveland.
Oh, 100%. If they don't win this, there's no chance. They're already at a slim chance right now.
I think
if
they're
in win this.
Yeah,
this
they are.
They've taken it out of their hands a long time ago. So now they have to make wins. I
wouldn't say they have to run the table, but I say they can probably only lose one.
No. They have,
and it cannot be to Baltimore.
They have to run the table because most of the games are within division, so they have to. We have 3 more games within division out of the 5 left, right? So they have to win those 3. And
I don't think they can win their division. I'll say that.
I'm going to say that those wins to be able to get ahead of other teams.
I think they're going to be a playoff. I think they're going to be if they make it to the playoffs, they are going to be a wild card team, which they're only a game and a half behind. I think they could do it. I do believe. I mean, technically, actually, they're only a game behind. They could do it. They need help from other teams, but I think they can afford maybe one loss.
To too many AFC teams that are in the hunt as well. That's the problem.
I
don't know. I don't see them making the playoffs this year.
They just got to pick it up.
It's not a horrible. I mean, but we got to remember too. This is a team that just came out of 3 years of awful play. 1, 2, 3 wins. In 3 years. So coming back, making the playoffs last year, not making them this year would suck. But we still are better than we were 2 years ago.
I think the team will be better next year. No matter a draft and free agency can make or break a team, no matter every year. But I think next year, you don't have OBJ's contract.
Well, we lost,
which is huge.
Conklin came back. He's one of our best.
Oh yeah, Conklin. I had that wrote down actually.
Then get hurt. Yep. So that hurt us. Hunt was back but didn't play much. We couldn't run the ball.
Yeah, you got Hunt didn't. He looked good on one play,
doing as much as he can. But my gosh, these guys are just pushing. They've gotten better. Queen, that linebacker, I think he's a rookie this year.
Do me a favor, real quick. Look up Deshaun Hand. DESHAWN Hand, released by the Lions. Let me know what team picked him up on waivers. Well, we're gonna go to the next one. As a Browns fan from a Lions fan, at least you're not the Lions. Next up, I said it from the very beginning of this year. The Seattle Seahawks are not a 500 team. I've said it from the very beginning of the year. People call me crazy. People were making fun of me in the chat. Who's laughing now? 3-8, 1 game away. Washington football team won this game with a backup QB. But Washington football team's looking like a good team. Any news on Deshaun Hand?
Nothing yet. He has not been picked up by anybody.
Okay. I really want to know who picks him up. He's a good defensive tackle. I was shocked the Lions got rid of him, but I have feelings
injuries.
it's a lot of injuries. Actually, I don't think he is going to be picked. Now that I think about it, I think they released him through negotiation because he's injured. Yeah. So I take that all of it. I don't think he's playing this year, but he's a good tackle. This is the start of something new for the Lions. I'm dropping him, but that's another tale for another time. Off-season talk. That's what that is.
Right.
But Washington, Seattle. In Washington, we both took Washington. Seattle. I mean, this game came down to the wire, but in reality, this game was over. Washington dominated this game.
Right.
Like Seattle, Russell just did a Russell thing and almost won it by himself at the end of the game.
Again, right?
That's
before, but he doesn't have enough pieces around to help him even.
Which we have talked time and time again. When your QB makes too much money, he's got to step up and play more for other pieces that have been unsigned. I think they haven't signed enough on the defensive side of the ball.
Right.
I also think their offensive line needs to be better. Their run game is atrocious. I don't care what people say about Chris Carson, all these other running backs. They're garbage. They're hot trash. Stop
34
trying to
yards rushing total.
Yeah, stop trying to scrape the bottom of the barrel and say this guy's good just because you have Russell who could do a read option.
And Russell got 16 yards out of that. So, and what happened to DK Metcalf?
They shut him out of the game. He wasn't even
13 yards.
It's
four targets, only caught one.
They even pointed out in this game that Russell was making some bad reads this game as well.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time he threw to Metcalf. And, the announcers are even saying, dude, you need to get Metcalf the ball. They need to get Metcalf the ball. He throws it to Metcalf, and on the replay, you have a wide open Tyler Lockett right in the middle of the field.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Wide open. Not a guy for 10 yards around him. Maybe even 15. And it was just bad reads. Now, I know Russell's a shorter QB. He's got the Breeze effect where he either stands on his tiptoes or takes a 15-yard drop. But that's still not an excuse.
I mean, you can't because Tyler Heineke's short too. Well,
I mean, Drew Brees to me, the tiptoes, baby.
5'11". But you got to give credit to Tyler Heineke on this game. He played pretty hard. He played pretty good. He had a pick, but he had a touchdown. But played well for this game, so it's good to see him play good. I like that.
I am one game away from this team being less than 500 and my prediction being correct. I am. Baby, I'm excited.
Write that in ink. It's over. It's over.
All right, with that said, that is it for our recap. Next up, we have the Olduk criticism of the NFL power rankings.
All right. We'll go through this hot mess real quick.
Well, we'll breeze through until we get to top 10.
Detroit's at the bottom. You got Jacksonville at 31. Houston Texans at 30. I mean, these are all
Wait a minute. Is there a 31?
Well, yeah. 32, sorry. Detroit's 32. That's what I meant to say. I was looking at the wrong thing.
No. There's a if we're both on NFL.com, look at where never mind. I'm reading the wrong thing. Continue.
See,
I'm looking at the previous rank. I'm looking at the previous rank. I'm like, wait a minute. There is an editorial mistake.
Right? I did the same thing. So
my bad. Continue.
Houston Texans are at 30. Jets are at 29. They moved up 3 just because the other 3s are not doing too hot, and they won that last game. Calvin Ridley's still out, and Falcons stayed at 28. Cardell Patterson had a really good game, so helped them. Chicago stayed at 27. Seattle did not move. They're at 26. I'm surprised they didn't move, and they still have Atlanta at 28. I would have moved them. I would have swapped Seattle back there. New Orleans Saints moved back 7 from 18 to 25. Carolina moved back from four spots from 20 to 24. Giants moved up 2 to 23. Eagles, that's a big jump back. 5 spots from 17 to 22. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Pittsburgh moved back. They got shellacked. They should have gone back further than this. They're 5-5-1 from 19 to 21. Washington moved up 1 from 21 to 20. The Broncos moved up 4 spots. I like that, from 23 to 19. You got the Miami Dolphins at 18. They moved up 6 spots from 24 to there. So that's a big one. Tua, if he stays healthy, I think he can be pretty decent for that team. Like we were talking about, Las Vegas moved to 17, moved up 5 from 22. Browns moved back again from 14 to 16. This, I'm not surprised. Baker was still a little injured. We got to remember that too. And he was playing hard, but we just, our offense faltered again. I just don't understand why. They just really low scoring points. Defense was great that game. Yeah, anyway. Chargers moved back 4 from 11 to 15. I like this move. I feel they're having some issues. And now is the time to figure those issues out. They got to get this figured out so that they can make a push for the playoffs. So they can't get back any further than that, really. Vikings went from 10. They were 10 last week at 5-5. They're now 5-6, ranked 14. Colts moved back 1 to 13. Tennessee Titans moved out of the top 10, number 8 to 12 with that loss. I like this move. I feel the Titans are. They got a long rest of the season. It's going to be tough for them. Ryan Tannehill, if he keeps struggling like he is, it's going to be rough for that team. They've lost a lot already, so.
I was gonna say, I don't know if I like this that much.
I absolutely like this. Love it. It's just this
it
is all.
There's
no Derrick Henry
right?
anymore. They've lost all these people. Tannehill cannot do anything by himself. He's got to have people around him to help, and that's where we're seeing a struggle.
The Patriots, though, is it really that bad that you lose the
Patriots?
Yeah,
you got whooped by the Patriots, a team that nobody had them this high up in the beginning of the season, and now you're getting just manhandled by them. You're going to see them continue to fall. I truly feel you're going to see them. I wouldn't be surprised to see them out of the top 15 next week, if they're playing next week. I better check. Rams moved out of the top 10 to number 9 or 11, moved 2 spots. I like this too. Packers were, like you said, the score is close, but the game wasn't really close at all. This was a big move. San Fran moved up 6 spots to the top 10, number 10 ranked. I think this is a reach. I probably would have kept LA up in the top 10 and not put them this high. I think this is a reach for San Fran because I think you'll probably see San Fran get, shellacked next week or something like that.
I'm not sold on San Fran. This team's going to go back, I think.
Baltimore moved into the top 10 from 13 to 9. Didn't even know they were out of the top 10, to be honest with you.
We talked about it last week.
Right.
I still think they are. I get they're the number 1 team in the AFC right now, but right. I don't think they should be.
Right.
Like this team without Deshaun or Lamar Jackson, excuse me.
Right. Yep.
Without Lamar Jackson is a wash to me. This team is hot
even
garbage.
With that 4 interceptions, he was able to win, and that was tough. It's still tough. Cowboys moved back from 5 to 8 with their loss. They've lost 3 of the last 4.
This is the one that's most shocking right here.
Well, I mean, they still don't have Amari Cooper.
No, not this one. The next
Tyron Smith. I know. Tyron Smith is out. CeeDee Lamb still got a concussion. So they're really hurting a lot on offensive wide receiver core. So hopefully Dallas can step it up, I think, and come back. Whoo! I haven't looked at these this week.
I skipped ahead on you, and this is the one that I was like,
Bengals moved up 15-7 after killing the Steelers. I mean, the Steelers have been garbage.
That was kind of my point. They beat the Steelers, and you go up this. This is where no. Pump the brakes.
Maybe to rank 10, but not 8.
8 is way too high.
This guy's got a little love,
little pep in his step, a little pep in his step.
Something. Buffalo moved from 7 to 6. Okay, I mean they won.
So, I mean, this is where it gets tighter.
Yeah. New England moved up from 6 to 5. I like these little moves. I think that's good. And I don't know what it is about Mac Jones, but I'm really liking him. It was a good week. It doesn't mean it's going to happen every week, but they have him well prepared.
They have the scheme that I think works great in New England. Brady loved it. You have these I call them slot receivers.
Mm-hmm.
You have great slot receivers in there. They will nickel and dime you. They will run the ball up your butt until they get a touchdown. And their defense plays clutch football. Great tight end play out of the Patriots. They love it. That's another thing is like when you can run the ball and you have great tight end play, we've seen it time after time, you're going to win games. And the Patriots have been proven for years now that this is their identity. And I think they got a great squad to do that.
Yeah, I mean, just looking back at their losses, they lost to Dolphins by 1 point, Buccaneers by 2. They lost to the Saints by, quite a bit, by 12. Lost to the Cowboys by 6. So their games have been really close that they've lost. So, if they would have won those 3 games, we would see a total different setup in this team. So I think you're going to see them continue to play well. If they're coaching stay and what's their offensive coordinator's name? I keep forgetting his name.
It's offensive or defensive?
Offensive, because defensive is different. Offensive has stayed true. He's went to go look for other. He actually was signed by Denver. He was the head coach at Denver? Why am I blanking on his name? McDaniels. Yeah, and then he went to go somewhere else, but then they came back. To be offensive coordinator. So I think right there is showing.
I love their defensive coordinator.
Yeah, it's a different one this year.
Yeah, it's Bill
Belichick's changed.
son.
I'm just saying.
You saw that movie.
Is he the defensive coordinator?
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, right. His mullet. I love the mullet. Dude.
Oh my god. I hope they make the playoff or the Super Bowl so I can just see it.
Right. Kansas City stayed at 4.
This is the team that should not be here. They should not be here.
Maybe not in the top 5.
They had a bye week last week.
Yeah.
And they beat the Cowboys, which we're seeing the Cowboys in free fall mode.
Right. Tampa Bay stayed at 3.
Mm-hmm.
The
Cardinals dropped on a bye week.
Oh yeah, I mean, you got to see the team that's on the front. I agree with this.
I don't.
You didn't play. Yeah, I do.
And I'm gonna explain why when you say number 2.
But you should have never took them out of there in the first place. Cardinals dropped down from 1 to 2.
They should not, because they have injuries and are still dominating and winning games. Kyler Murray, which if you haven't seen his tweet, he's coming back this week. And he made a Thanos quote on his Twitter. And I am all about it. Sold. I am in. This team is going to go far in the playoffs if they don't win it.
Green Bay Packers are number 1.
I don't agree with this at all. I think Aaron Rodgers is awesome. I think he's great. He is that team. Rams. He beat the Rams, but we're not 100% sold on the Rams anymore.
Well, that doesn't mean anything. They're still a good team. I got I got Packers number one. That's
Oh.
about the first time I agreed with this guy. So
All right. Well, with that said, that's the end of the power rankings. We're gonna get into our great. This is what I look forward to every week. Our picky picks.
You be ready for.
Look. I got to sit up. I was leaning back, getting my relaxation on.
Mm-hmm.
Now I got to sit up. It's serious time.
Let me go to my relaxation time.
You might want to sit up and not relax so you can win some games.
No. We about to win some. Don't you worry this time. We got a different thought process going in.
All right. So. Well, this is week 13 picks. I am up 6 games now in the triple-digit win category. Triple-digit win. You might be fighting to get 6 digits this week. Or 3 digits.
Don't you worry.
You need 6 wins. With that said, do you want to take the first pick? I want to defer this pick.
I'll let you take the first pick.
And this is smart by you because I'm going to talk into this one. All right. The Cowboys are missing 8 coaches, right? Dan Quinn is going to be their interim head coach. I really like Dan Quinn. I think this guy knows football. I think that this Cowboy team is going to rally around. And more importantly, I don't think the Saints are really that good anymore. If Mark Ingram comes back, they have a chance. If Alvin Kamara plays, they have even more of a chance. I do think this Cowboy team is going to be a little bit dysfunctional. But I think with Dan Quinn, they're going to step up and play a little bit better football. Now, with that said, I'm taking the Saints.
Well,
I'm taking the Saints because it's in New Orleans. I get they just didn't win, but I think with the pieces coming back, they're going to.
They got killed. No. I guess this is where we differ. I'm going Dallas. I got to stick with them. I think they're gonna.
How about them Cowboys? All right, here's another reason. Mm-hmm. It's in New Orleans on prime time TV. New Orleans Saints fans come out to play and watch. I think they're gonna go out there. If
they gotta wait till prime time, it's too late. They're done.
I think it's the Saints. I actually, when I started doing my rant, I was gonna take the Cowboys. Mm-hmm. But I started thinking of different things in my head, and I'm like, no, you want the Saints, dude. Primetime games. No. All right, next up we have the Dolphins hosting the Giants. Where are you going?
Dolphins and Giants. Dolphins.
I'm going Giants. Oh, this is the week, baby. This is the week.
Let me get a piece of paper because it's already starting off spicy, so I better start writing this stuff down. Man.
All right, next up we have the in-division game. The Texans hosting the Indianapolis Colts. I think the Colts are red hot right now. Even though they lost, I think they're looking spicier. In-division's kind of always tough, but I'm taking the Colts.
Who we got here? Colts and
Texans. Texans hosting the Colts.
Yeah, Colts for sure.
All right, that's our first game. We agree.
Where's all my writing utensils at here, man? You know what? This is what it is about dads, right? I swear.
I got a whole pack.
This is what I got. This is what I got. I got 2 permanent markers.
I do have a lot of permanent markers.
This whole thing.
No, that's a damn shame. Those are WMDs in this household. All right, I got a 2-year-old. Those are WMDs. That's weapons of mass destruction for you people that don't know. A 2-year-old with a Sharpie is more dangerous than that.
Ain't even my 2-year-old. It's my 6-year-old, man.
Yeah, I can agree with that. All right, you're up next. The Lions are hosting the Vikings.
Come on. Really? What was our other one we picked again? Let me get this other one first before we... Because I picked Dolphins.
Yeah.
You picked Giants?
Yep.
I got to write it down because if I don't, then I'm going to forget and I'm going to ask you again later.
I'll tell you to watch the VOD.
Oh, I don't want to watch it.
I don't want to watch the VOD. Dang!
Everybody else watch it. I'll watch it at least once. I always watch it.
Vikings going to Detroit to face the Lions. You said
Vikings
the fan out
and
of you was going to
Lions.
not be in this one.
You're right. That's why I'm going the Vikings. As much as I want the Lions to win, I just prove me wrong on a pick, and then maybe I'll think about picking them again. But right now, I'm going Vikings. Vikings have more on the line than the Lions do at this moment. So they already got a half a win, so they're not going to be fully undefeated.
Well, I'm a Lions fan, and I'm ready for disappointment. So I'm going to take my Detroit Lions.
Okay.
I'm a glutton for punishment, as they would say. All right, here's my Vanilla James surprise of the day. It's the New York Jets hosting the Eagles. I'm taking the New York Jets, and here's why. Jalen Hurts just went to New York and couldn't play very good against the Giants. I think the Jets are going to kind of give him the same treatment. So I'm taking the Jets. Eagles still in the playoff hunt.
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me like that? Why are you looking at me like that?
That's why I'm picking the Eagles. I can't pick the Jets. And you want to know why? Here's the reason why I don't pick the Jets.
Okay, give it.
Sam Darnold used to play there.
He doesn't play there no more.
He still used to. Doesn't matter. So if they couldn't do it with your beloved Sam Darnold,
all hail,
and now they can't do it with Wilson, they're done. Eagles are going to bounce back and just trounce the Jets. Write that down. This is going to be a high-scoring game on the Eagles' end. Go ahead.
My W will say different. You're up next. The Chicago Bears are hosting the the Arizona Cardinals.
The Bears.
You're taking the Bears?
No. I just want to say the Bears. Get it out of here. Don't even put that word in my mouth. No, Cardinals, 100%.
Yeah, I'm taking the Cardinals as well. Next up, I have the in-division game. I guess this isn't in division. This is in conference. Cincinnati Bengals are hosting the Chargers. This is a tough one for me. I think the Chargers have an identity crisis going on, but I don't really believe in the Bengals at the same time. This is in Cincinnati. This is, your other Ohio native. But I am, my gut is telling me to take the Chargers, right? I'm going to take the Chargers. I'm taking the Chargers here. I think that they play better against good teams. And I'm going to take the Chargers.
So who did the Chargers lose to last week? Do you remember?
I don't want to talk about it.
Who did they lose to?
It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant.
No, what team was it? Where I honestly am blanking.
No, I couldn't tell you.
Where was it?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay, let me look it up then.
Yeah, you're going to have to look it up.
I need to know. They lost to Denver.
Mm-hmm.
So they traveled from LA to Denver. Now they went back to LA. And now they're traveling all the way to the East Coast to another team that's playing pretty well. They're going to get beat again.
So you're taking the Bengals? Okay, that's another one.
Mm-hmm. We got, 5 so far difference? Okay. I better start writing a little smaller because this paper's getting...
Well, next up,
this paper,
you have the Falcons hosting the Bucs.
Falcons hosting the Bucs.
This is an in-division game. Falcons are fighting for playoff hopes.
Falcons don't have a chance in hell of winning this game. Okay.
So you're taking? I'm putting you down for the Bucs. I'm taking the Bucs too. You out your damn mind. You think I'm taking another?
I don't even care if I lose that. There's no way.
It's kind of falling for that. It's kind of like this next pick here. The LA Rams are hosting the Jaguars, the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm taking the Rams.
Yeah. Right? Why would I pick anything different on that? That's like the same thing. Those are 2 night and day differences.
All right, now we might get a little. I honestly don't know where I'm going. This is gonna be a surprise to me, but luckily you have to pick. between the Las Vegas Raiders, who are hosting Washington football team. The Washington football team.
Yeah, this is a tough one. No, I don't say Washington. I just say Washington.
I don't
Just
say Washington. I just say Washington.
I don't say that what you said. The Redskins. I'm going. This might surprise you. I mean, I've been a fan of the Raiders kind of all year. I've liked them. I like Derek Carr.
It doesn't matter who you take. You're not going to surprise me on this one.
I'm going Washington. Washington's going to win this one pretty easily. I'm liking Heineke in this game. You're going to see some stuff come out of this. This kid is playing for his football career this year, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to see him coming out more stronger and hard. His passion, man, something got me when just watching him, just passion of him playing this last game. I'm excited about what he's going to be able to do, and I just hope he does that because I'm going Washington on this.
Yeah, I this is tough because both these teams, I don't know what team.
Because Vegas, we got, Raiders have just been so up and down. They're both mid-tier teams, okay? We're just saying it right there. They're playing each other. I think Washington has the upper handle on this one.
This is tough because I just want to pick against you at this point.
I know you do. But you want to pick with me because you don't write.
I kind of do, but I kind of don't. If last week didn't happen, man, this is a toughie. I think I'm going to join you. I'm going to go Washington.
Okay, good. Because I was going to say, I'd hate for you to stick at that hundo when I pass you up.
No.
In 1 week. So don't let that happen.
It might happen. Next up, we have you have to pick one of these teams to win. You have to.
Yeah, but you got to pick first.
Shit. The Steelers are hosting the Ravens. Watch this. I'm taking the Steelers, and I'm going to explain myself here. I'm taking the Steelers because I'm not sold on the Ravens. This is an in-division game. You play this team 2 times a year. You know if you shut Lamar Jackson down, it's over. You just have to. I mean, that's their team, and I think the Steelers are going to do it. You're writing this down because you're taking the Ravens, aren't you?
I was sketching over what I already had. Hold on.
I like my free
last
wins.
week, right?
Mm-hmm. Go on, give it to me.
Pittsburgh lost to Cincinnati.
Yep. In division. Yep, agreed.
Shellac.
Bam.
Baltimore barely won. And Lamar threw 4 interceptions and played like Garbo.
Mm-hmm.
Baltimore is going to go in and kill Pittsburgh.
So you're
just as bad, if not
Ravens.
Worse than Cincinnati. Yes. I have to pick a team, and the 2 of the lesser evils is Baltimore. Okay, even though Art Modell, rest in peace, you still hurt my heart by not giving me my dog tags when I sent in for them all these years. I still don't have them. When I was a kid,
no,
still did not get them to this day. So I'm still waiting. Somebody,
don't hold your breath. So another game we differ on. I mean, I am going to be up by a lot by the end of next week. Oh God, I pushed the wrong button.
6. We're going to be tied right now. So go ahead. You want to pick another one so I can beat you?
Well, luckily you
My
get
turn.
to pick next, and it's the
great.
Seattle Seahawks hosting the 49ers.
San Fran.
You know who won this game last time they played?
Francisco.
You know who won the last time they played?
The
Seahawks.
Yeah.
You know where this game's at?
How many games have they had at home?
Seattle. Hey, do you remember how I said this team's gonna not be a 500 team?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not this week. I'm taking Seattle.
Oh gosh.
This is probably the only time I'll take Seattle. I think the 49ers have been out physicaling teams and playing, but this is in Seattle.
Seattle has done nothing this year.
This is in Seattle. This is. You're right, because the fans might not show up with how shitty this team's playing.
Yeah, they're not even blowing the horn on this one or whatever they do over there.
Yeah, but I'm still taking Seattle. So that's another game we're gonna differ on. Next up, unfortunately, I have to pick first, so I'm gonna spoil the bag. The Chiefs are hosting the Broncos. I'm taking the Broncos.
I really like the Broncos.
Okay. I know you do, and I know you want to differ from me. And it feels like an easy win, don't it? Doesn't it just feel like an easy one?
For me?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm going Kansas City.
On the Chiefs, we're going to differ on another. Man, this is the week. I am going to... Doug, can you imagine if this is the week I get everyone right?
Dude, let's just say you better find yourself a co-host because I'm done. I'm throwing it at the top. Done.
All right, next up we have... luckily you have to pick this one first because I don't know what I would do. The Bills are hosting the Patriots. I'm going to listen to you while I try to make up my mind.
This is a tough one. It's a close rivalry, right? They're not that far away. They're probably just a stone's throw away. So
this
traveling's
in-division
not
game.
an issue. I'm hold on.
In-division
I gotta look
game.
something up real quick. Not that this should matter, but let me look up one thing. No, I don't care about that.
I already know where I'm going with this.
Oh, you're gonna be a pain to me, aren't you? Okay, hold on. You do know? I like both these teams.
50,
I really do. Like I said, I'm a Mac Jones fan. I think he's gonna be a good quarterback. Oh, I'm not gonna get. This is all a weather permitting game, and that's what I was trying to get to the point. Now that I look at, we're getting snow here tonight. Son of a biscuit.
It's snow the last 2 days. I don't want to hear it.
We were 47, 43. We were 49 tomorrow. But 81%. So it's a weather game, and Baltimore plays better in the weather, even though
Baltimore.
Not
Buffalo.
Baltimore. Buffalo plays better than the weather. I'm going Buffalo on this one. As much as I think, this is going to come between two quarterbacks, and I think you're going to see Buffalo do better this year, this week. I'm all over the place because I lost.
No, you're good because I don't know. I still don't know. I want to pick just really against you at this point, and I want to pick the tongue. Like I just want the tongue, but Patriots are red hot.
Yeah, it's a big game. Yeah, but they're gonna get
a Monday night worthy game. This is Monday night worthy.
Oh, 100%. I can't wait to watch this one.
Yeah, it's primetime game in Buffalo. Man. Cold weather game. I'm going to go Buffalo because I don't want to trust the rookie QB in weather. And that's where it's going to come down to. You didn't mention the weather. Probably would have gone with the Patriots, but I don't want to trust the rookie in inclement weather yet.
Because it could be bad in Buffalo. We know Buffalo gets some bad lake effect.
So, no, go ahead.
I don't know. It might be a nice, bright, sunshiny day.
I ain't changing my vote. We have a combined.
I'm going Buffalo.
We have 8 games we differ in.
Yeah.
We differ in the Saints-Cowboys game, Giants-Dolphins, Lions-Vikings, Jets-Eagles, Chargers-Bengals, Steelers-Ravens, Seattle 49ers, and the Broncos and the Chiefs. 8 games.
So this could put me up too.
This could put you up too. If this puts you up too,
This could drown me, though.
Yes. I mean, this could be like every other week where one of us get up by 1 or 2, Seems to be what
pretty much
happens.
what it's been every single time, right?
Well, the real thing is, will Duck crack the triple digit club?
I just need 6. Come on.
Just 6.
I should. I mean, this last week I barely would have, but
with that said, too, we also have the Titans, Panthers, Browns, and Packers on bye weeks. I think all those teams really needed this bye week. I mean, the Packers, I think, needed it for injuries and stuff like that. Aaron Rodgers with the turf toe, and all these teams really needed it. With that said, that's the end of our cast. We really appreciate everyone stopping by, no matter how you watch our content, whether it be on the Twitch here live. We really appreciate that. Or if you're from the future and you're watching this as a VOD on Twitch or a VOD on YouTube, make sure you go and check both those out. That's DukNilla on YouTube, or you can watch the DukNilla cast on the Vanilla James Twitch channel. We really appreciate however you enjoy our content, enjoy our banter back and forth. You can catch both of us streaming. Olduk here on twitch.tv.
yes,
this
sir.
Man needs to stream more.
I
I'll say that. He's been shellacking.
We're a couple weeks from closing on this house, okay?
Don't you give me legitimate excuses.
Within the next month. I'm a little the reason why I haven't been on there, consistency might not be consistent for me for the next month or so. So we're waiting for internet. We got all this stuff's got to clear. They got to clear this and that, and then I had to pay all these other fees. And so we're hoping to have internet within the next month at that location. Now we're not leaving here for another couple weeks, so there might be some intermittent times, but I didn't want my thousands of fans and people's watching me, to leave and go to somewhere else.
Very
not
respectable.
Come back.
Very
so
respectable.
I thought, why not start at 0 and work my way up again?
New town, new name.
And the big thing is, I've been so indecisive in the game that I want to play.
I feel that,
and so that's been kind of tough because I'm not a huge solo fan when it comes to this stuff.
Can we get that Tarky white?
And we might. I know we need it.
Please.
Bad. Come on, Nikita. I know you watch our NFL podcast.
Oh, totally. He's in here right now. He's right? One of our 2 viewers. He's right there.
Right.
Oh, look, I'm looking to mix it up. He's right there, Nikita. That's him. That's him. With that said, guys, we really appreciate it. We will see you next Tuesday. Who knows? Where will we be at in our picks? Will Duck finally top the triple digit club? I think he will, but will he? Is he going to catch up to me? Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Have a good one.